What's going on, everybody? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of Bloodstock 2024.
We are Stone Soup. My name is Paul. This is Chris on guitar, Russ or Wendy on guitar, Boney on bass, and Jim our drummer.
Russ or Wendy?
Wendy is his preferred name.
Okay. Is there a story behind
It's
this? or-
2024.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he was introduced to me as Wendy. I knew that was his name before Russell.
Wendy, pleasure.
I called him
So,
Window
yeah.
for about 5 years.
Or Window, or he'll answer to Oi.
You, that, the usual gap. How are your personal Saturdays treating you?
Oh man, I've had the best Saturday of my life possibly so far. How's your Saturday?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You having a good day, boys?
Yes, awesome.
In the scheme of them, it's pretty fucking good.
Excellent. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to hear. How was your set?
It was incredible. I'm trying to remember it because it's just a blur. You spend the first 2 days just amping up and getting a taste for it and thinking you know what's going to happen. And then we got out there and the lid blew off. We went crazy. The crowd went crazy. You can tell how stoked I am.
Yeah,
right?
I love it. I love to see it. I absolutely love to see it. I mean, it's one of those things where you obviously go, fuck, we're playing Bloodstock. Holy shit, we're playing Bloodstock. It's coming. It's going. Oh, it's been. What do you mean?
It's
What do you mean it's gone? What do you mean it's gone?
We
Oh,
played
my God.
Bloodstock.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Absolutely crazy. But for a Stone Soup show compared to a Stone Soup Festival show, did you set this up accordingly? So it might be like, people might not be so familiar with yourself, say, so put all the bangers in?
It's a good question. I think what a lot of the Metal to the Masses bands do is learn what's going to go well, what kind of sets are well received. Do you push it with new stuff? Do you play something that they can go and download later? So we actually refined our set from the final. We swapped a newer one for a more classic one that people can actually go and listen to on our album.
Nice.
And it was such a good enough set to win us the final. We thought, well, let's not change it if it ain't broken.
No, absolutely. And get an ear massage.
That was lovely. That goes my brain.
So, as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you aware of Sophie and the story?
We are. It's a very worthy cause. We played Rabbit Fest last year, which was all in
yes.
honour of Sophie Fest as well, of Sophie Lancaster. And yeah, what a great cause to have any of our names associated to. We love them.
Absolutely.
We actually gave our fee over for Sophie. So
Oh,
Incredible.
Yeah, and we do it again.
heroes. All
Thank
of
you.
Oh, I know.
Legends.
Thank you.
So, what we're doing today, we're talking to artists over the weekend to basically find out, because we know everyone in this community had a rough time growing up. We were all treated differently when we were growing up. But we're trying to find more about the stereotypes that maybe were placed upon people. Did you ever have that where people thought, oh, I bet he listens to goth music and hurts himself, I bet he worships the devil? Whatever. Have you ever had those sort of things placed upon you?
very much so. When I was at school, there was only like a group of 5 of us that were into sort of like rock and metal, and we got called goths and all sorts of stuff. We didn't care though, we just banded together because it's what brotherhoods do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Townies and metlers when I was going through school, and the word metler just had so many negative connotations attached to it where I was, and chav wasn't much better. But people love to put a label on these things, don't they? And you just think, well, I bet we've all got loads in common, really, and it doesn't define us, does it?
Absolutely. That is so true. But that's one thing we've heard a lot of people say this weekend is that line of dialogue. If instead of being arseholes to each other, we just sat out a chat, probably find out we quite a lot of the same stuff.
You will have stuff in common, of course you will. Yeah,
We
exactly.
could probably introduce each other to some really cool bands too.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah. Everyone loves music, so come on, it's the universal language.
Exactly. So, obviously, when that happened to Sophie and when we were growing up, the world of 2024 is such a different place. It's
Yeah.
a very different world we live in now. Do you think it might be easier to grow up and be part of this community now, or still work to be done?
I think if it is easier, it's because of communication and what's the word? Awareness. It's a word that's thrown around a lot with these charities and causes, but there is a lot of awareness, which just makes people more comfortable. If they think, oh, I'm not the only one talking about this, or I'm not going to get laughed at for talking about this. This is, so many people we know in bands are involved with this now, and so thanks to awareness over the last, goodness knows how many years it's been, but certainly since we were all younger, it does feel like a safer space, even to talk, let alone just to exist. So
Yes.
I think awareness is the key thing, and we're happy to see it and support it as it goes.
Absolutely. Trying to take it serious, and all I can see is crotch
I know.
grabs.
You should feel what's gone up my bum.
Sorry.
I hope it's not stone soup.
Feels like stone.
It's 2024.
Speaking of 2024, yeah.
But bring it back to you guys obviously here because you won Metal to the Masses in Oxford. What was that moment like when you heard your name shouted out?
Oh, it's mind blowing.
Best feeling, absolute best feeling. Yeah. Especially after going for it the year before and not getting it, like just hear our name come out. Fucking.
Was it one of those moments where it's like, and the winner is Stone Soup? You went, congratulations to those guys.
Never heard of them, but well done. That was brilliant. Yeah, like Jim said, like it took us two goes. We got to the final in the first year and were surrounded by metalcore bands, and we were just a little bit too hard rock. And then we saw the lineup for this year's Bloodstock, and we thought, that's us. That's more us.
Yeah.
You got Clutch and Green Lung, and so we thought, well, maybe it's a good thing we didn't win it the first time. We couldn't have hoped for a better year to win it because we've loved all the bands here as well, and I think we got a few people on our side as well who were maybe here for something heavier.
We're on a t-shirt with Clutch.
We're on a t-shirt with Clutch. We can't get over that either. If you squint your eyes, you can read it.
It's good, you're right. That's one thing I love about Melt to the Masses though. You were saying like you didn't make it last year, you tried again this year. I'm from Birmingham and I always look at the Melt to the Masses lineups and it's the same bands most years because it's like, okay, we didn't make it last year, we're coming back next year and we're going to fucking win.
Yeah. It gave us a lot of encouragement and hope.
Yes.
Like because we weren't from Oxford. That's the round we won. But they embraced us so much that by the time we came back next year, just everyone was like, yeah, remember you guys, love you guys, that's fantastic. So we built a following the first year and then we came back and absolutely smashed it with our following.
Incredible. Before we let you go, what is the future looking like for Stone Soup? What's on the horizons?
Man, it's got to be album number 3 because we're ready, we're writing, we've got a lot ready to go. World domination, just for a few things. We're making our way all around the country. From here, we're going up to Glasgow. We're doing another Oxford gig to go back and see the people who got us this far and say thank you. Really. So yeah, we'll be dotted about. Gig hard, keep writing. Third album's on the way. Let's hope.
Incredible. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time out and chat with us today. It means the absolute world.
It's been a pleasure, lads.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. Nice one.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Hi, my name's Ash. I'm Tom.
And I'm Nick. We are Lost to Light.
And it's an absolute pleasure to have you, so thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Instagram showed me an advert for your single Confess, and I was like, fuck, this is really good. I better go on Spotify and add to follow and listen, and it's, wonderful. So I thought I'd suck your dick a little bit now, and then we can crack on with the
So
interview.
this is the best interview ever already.
But how are your personal Saturdays treating you?
All right so far. Like it's 11 a.m. We're already on the beer, so why not?
Fucking hell. I mean, as I say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So, yeah.
Exactly.
I hate that saying. It's like, if you just want a drink, just have one. It doesn't matter what time it is, do you know what I mean?
I'm evidence of that. If you want a drink, just have it.
How are you guys doing? All good?
Little bit achy from sleeping last night in the camp bed, but
We're
I'm
not,
alright.
it's not
Fucking
camping shit.
Shake it off, like it says. Bit of a liquid courage and whatnot. I'll be limbering up.
Liquid look for any Harry Potter fans.
Liquid lock. I like it.
That went right up
I'm really good. Playing here, I cannot change my mood. I'm in the greatest mood today. So
That's so good. We fucking love Bloodstock. I mean, no matter what time, you could be on at 10:30, you could be on at 8:30. Everyone will fucking show up no matter what. No matter how hungover someone is, no matter how tired someone is, they will still show up and enjoy.
The best thing about Bloodstock is just the close-knit community.
Yes.
Everything about it. Everybody loves each other. Everybody's here for the same reason. It's sick. It's sick.
I'm gonna guess that you're excited for later.
Oh yeah, no,
Not at all.
Why am I even here? Absolutely buzzing, man. Absolutely buzzing. Can't wait. I think, like, for us, being a band so short a time, and we've only done a small handful of shows, and we're here, so it's very, very, very humbling.
Hell of an achievement. That is beautiful to see. But compared to a Lost Light show, compared to a festival set, do you change your sets up accordingly? So, like, if people aren't so familiar with yourselves, say, let's just drop all the bangers in and draw everybody in.
Yeah, like there's a couple of things that come into it. Like we tend to think, what kind of festival is it? Obviously, there's loads of metal people, so we're going to try and play our heavier stuff and you know, try and like win the crowd over in that way. But then we want to play our catchy stuff. We want people to actually listen to it as well. So there's, you know, we have a lot of elements that make up our sound. So we want to kind of like appease everyone in a sense.
It's Bloodstock, right? We've got to be heavy. That's what we've gone for.
Nice.
Just brought all the riffs really. Like I think that's pretty much the plan. It was like which songs have the most riffs, we'll go for them.
Yeah.
I like it. Good idea. So us as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. I was going to say, are you aware of the story? But as a room full of nods, I'm going to say yes.
100%.
So basically, we're talking to artists this weekend to find out, have you ever had stereotypes put upon you because of the music you listen to, the way you dress, whatever it may be, where it's like, oh, he's a bit rough and ready, isn't he? Oh, I bet he's a Satanist. Is this something you've had to experience, especially now today? Is it something you still have to deal with?
I'm gonna answer this whilst wearing black paint and makeup. Yeah. No, like, dude, I think every single person that ever grew up in an alternative background has had this kind of, you know, whether it be bullying through school, whether it be like you look weird, or like, you know, you shouldn't be wearing skinny jeans, or like guys shouldn't be wearing makeup or painting the fingers, or what, fuck that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you comfortable. You know what I mean?
We had one the other day. As you can see, our logo is sort of RLs with the T, and it was, we got told you've got an upside down crucifix, so go to hell.
Oh, okay.
How very Christian of them.
Yeah.
But no, man, like, I'll still get heckled in the streets, like, Grebo, you know what I mean? Like, you get it always. Like, I don't think it's something that unfortunately will ever be able to fully escape, because there's a lot of small-minded people out there. But as long as we all stand up for each other and point out when people are making these like wrong comments and stuff, then that's all we can do, man. Like, just band together.
The way that I see it is that people can rip us and people can say stuff like that, but they're not fucking playing Bloodstock, are they?
No.
Absolutely. So obviously, when we were growing up, and when what happened to Sophie, you fast forward to 2024, the world is a very, very different place now.
Yeah.
So do you think it's, for the younger generation, easier to be part of this community now, or do you reckon there's still a lot of
I
problems?
think, like everything, there's more awareness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's more awareness of everything. A lot of people are becoming a lot more acceptable. Like, you know, let's take like the transgender movement, for example. Like, you rewind 20 years ago and everybody hated it. Nobody, like, it was just not about it. And now people are accepting it so much more, and they can actually live comfortably and like be who they want to be, you know what I mean? And it's the same kind of principle. Like, everybody's now able to be who they want to be and just enjoy like dressing the way that they want and acting the way that they want and being the way they want. And that's the way it needs to be, you know what I mean? Everybody needs to be happy and content with themselves.
Absolutely. But bringing it back to you guys, you are here because you were handpicked by Simon Hall, is that right?
That is right.
That must have been a mental moment.
Yeah. For lack of a better description, yeah.
We got a message from Nick sending us the email over.
Yeah, I saw him post up that like he was like taking on submissions, like, so it was like, we'll take a punt, you know, like see if he likes it. Like, I'm sure there's fucking millions of other bands all firing in as well. And then we got that email back saying it's like, you've been chosen. It's like, what? It's like
Running around my house.
literally just buzzing. Like,
Oh my God.
absolutely buzzing.
But like we'd literally been a band for about a year and a half at this point, and we'd played 5-6 shows, something like that. 5-6 shows. One of them was Techfest, and the other one was Mangata in Nottingham, and then two not headliners, but like two of our own shows, kind of thing. And then that email come through. Was like,
There's no way.
I can just imagine.
What?
Guys, we're going to play Bloodstock, so let me think about. Yeah.
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't care if you got a holiday booked.
Yeah.
What you got planned. Cancel your operation.
Leave your jobs. Yeah.
Cancel your operation. Oh, incredible. Before we let you get out of here, you have not long released your EP. Conceal, how has that been received? How's that gone down?
Amazing so far, especially because it's our debut. Like, you know, for a lot of bands, like releasing your very first batch of music, it could go one or two ways. It could either blow up, or it could not do as much, or it could like do that sort of in between. And you know, the stuff that we've received so far has been massively humbling. You know what I mean? And like, people are loving it.
The reviews on the EP have been absolutely humbling. Absolutely humbling. It's been amazing for the first EP to get such great reviews on everyone that we've got in so far. So
I don't think anyone said a bad word about it yet in press. So fingers crossed that'll continue.
I think the biggest thing that we're like so happy about as well is that this particular EP is so powerful in the sense of like the message that we try to portray in every single song, and everybody that's reviewed it and people who have listened to it, like like the general consensus is that everybody gets it, everybody gets the message. You know what I mean? Especially like you mentioned, obviously like Seeing Confess. That's probably one of our most, well, like one of the most like meaningful songs in a sense. It's about something that we've all been through in a sense, and like situations that we've all been in. Anybody that's listened to it, people that have reviewed it and reacted to it on YouTube and stuff like that, they've all said, you know, it is a powerful message, and that was the biggest thing for us, is getting that message across.
Phenomenal. It's only up from here, boys. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. It means the absolute world.
Thank you for having us, man. We will do.
Great chat to you too. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Seb from Them Bloody Kids.
Hi, I'm Calvin from Them Bloody Kids.
Yeah.
It's Them Bloody Kids.
Them
again.
Bloody
Oh,
Kids.
fuck's sake, yeah, absolutely.
Shake the fist.
Yeah. How's your personal Saturdays treating you?
Pretty good. I mean, we've been camping in Midgard, you know, all weekend, so we're ready to go.
Yeah, it's been good. We went for a shower and ice camping, which was nice. Not having to wait for hours in the queue. So that's been fun. I had a nice, refreshing shower for the first time. I think that might be my first ever festival shower, and I've been to like 20. So I'm a dirty bastard normally.
Yeah,
By this time in the weekend, you don't want to be near me.
I can't say I blame you. When we're starting it tomorrow, people are gonna be like, "Fuck
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? There's no point.
That's how it goes, mate.
Exactly.
Fucking British
It's gonna be
festivals.
like 59 degrees tomorrow. So
Oh my lord.
I couldn't believe the showers were warm, you know. That's
was it actually warm? Was it?
warm,
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
nice. Okay.
amazing.
luxury.
It was seriously great.
You're the first person to tell us that they're warm, so that's interesting.
I mean, I think we're probably used to just like a shit shower. My boiler's fucked, so.
Oh, okay. So anything's better
all
than
the
that.
festivals,
Yeah.
all the festivals I've been to, they had cold showers.
Yeah. The German
So
festivals.
this
It's
is,
because they're hardcore in Germany. They're like, cold shower, yeah.
Yeah. We don't do the heat.
Do the shower.
It's not a tumor. Anyway, sorry, they're completely gone off topic.
It's all right, mate.
I don't apologise. We love tangents. It's all good. Excited for later.
Absolutely, yeah, we can't wait. I mean, we've been looking forward to this since we won the Metal to the Masses. You know, it's been 8 weeks since we've just been dreaming about it. So
Yeah. I'm so gassed. I've been really nervous in the coming weeks to it, but now I'm like, I'm there. I'm
That's a good
vibing.
thing,
I'm
isn't it?
feeling like we're ready to smash it, man. We've been giving out like 250 lighters. So if any of you got a lighter, big up. Just letting people know about the set time and so on. I'm pretty confident it's going to be a good day.
I think the good thing about Bloodsucker is that people will go and see anything and everything because they want to, get to know new music and that sort of thing.
Well,
so
that's the heart and soul of the festival, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, it's like a good place to discover new tunes and new music and new new bands and artists.
But for a Them Bloody Kids show compared to a Them Bloody Kids festival set, do you change the sets up accordingly so people might not be so familiar with yourselves here, say, so you want to put out all the bangers?
I think for this set we just wanted to give everyone a good taste of just like our general sound. So we've sort of put a bit of everything in there really, so people have an idea of what we are as a whole. I think.
Yeah, and obviously we know it's like a metal festival, so we've sort of our stuff. Some of our stuff can be more rocky, so we've made sure that we've sort of turned up the gain on that shit and a bit more screaming and shouting and getting people in the pits. That's the idea. So I mean, we're quite an eclectic band. We've got like metal tunes and rock tunes and punk tunes, but we tried to make everything a little bit more towards that metal sort of vibe. So people are vibing here. That's sort of it. Yeah.
Phenomenal. So us as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
That's how you wear
yeah.
the foundation, but that answers that question.
Yeah.
So we're talking to artists this weekend, basically just trying to find out some information because we know we were all treated badly when we were younger, growing up part of this community.
100%.
I think every person we spoke to has gone, yep. So we want to know what are sort of what's the word I'm after here? These stereotypes that have been placed upon you just because you're part of this community, and is this something that still affects you today? Like, oh, but he's a fug, but he worships the devil. And like, have you had to put up with that sort of thing?
Yeah, funnily enough, I wrote my dissertation. I did songwriting at uni, and I wrote my dissertation on like Satanism within metal, and like how like the idea of people being sort of judged for the way, you know, being like, oh, these guys are Satanists, these are evil, these guys are going to hell. Like these hardcore Christians look at sort of anyone dressed in all black with some tattoos as, you know, a bad person. So it's like, it's really close to our hearts, you know. Like, I mean, both of us were bullied at school for being different.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't know I was ginger and fat, so I mean that goes towards it. But I mean, we've, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I've always had the stereotype, you know, I'm tall and German, so in school people always call me, you know, the Nazi and stuff like that, you know. But
that's lovely of them.
we've had our fair share. But
Exactly,
I mean, the sort of like more like the Grebo one, you know, like first classic up north we get Grebo like for like a goth kid, like, you know, and so like, yeah, all the abuse, we've had it, it's shit, people need to get over themselves. Like,
I got called that so many times when I was younger, and still now at 38 years of age, I've no idea what a grebo is. What does that word even mean? I've literally no idea.
I think it's supposed to mean like sweaty and like Yeah, I don't know. It's just supposed to mean a sweaty goth kid, I think.
It's a very odd
but
word.
It's very weird. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, taking any of the meaning away from it, it's it's got quite a ring to it.
I quite like it.
I
yeah.
like it as a word, but I don't like the meaning. Like, fuck off, man.
I think because of that, that's sort of why Seb formed the band. I mean, the band name "Them Bloody Kids," I think sort of represents that in a way.
It all comes from being. I think my bullying as a kid led me to be a bit of a rebellious kid and just sort of fuck you to authority, and then that led us to today. Here we are, Them Bloody Kids. Yeah.
So another thing we're trying to find out as well, because obviously when we were growing up and when what happened to Sophie, and now fast forward to 2024, the world is a very different place.
Oh yeah.
So do you think it's easier to grow up as part of this community now, or still work to be done?
I think there's always work to be done, but I think we're at a point now in society, at least in the better parts of like the country and stuff, where people are really accepting. We've got a lot of like the gender stuff that's coming through, and people are starting to be really accepting of that. And it's like, I think we're quite a progressive society. I mean, we're doing quite well, I think, and so I think people are not so quick to judge anymore and give you a chance. I think even in London, where sort of people are generally a bit more rough around the edges, like I think I've seen a lot of people be a lot nicer recently, which is quite nice. I mean, I'm Northern, so I'm used to people just saying hi down the street, but I think it's starting to be a thing where people are a little bit nicer. And I'm covered in tattoos. I often wear all black. I don't normally wear this jersey, so I get looks, but it's a lot less these days, I think. So I think it's quite, I think the Sophie Lancaster Foundation's obviously raising awareness and doing a good job. So.
That's what we like.
Yeah, I thought what was really nice to see was, obviously sort of COVID put everything on hold. But the moment festivals started to open up again, I think people were like back on it, which was really nice to see. So
everyone's back in that sort of friendly vibe and ready to socialise, And,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to you guys, obviously you're here because you won Metal to the Masses in London. What was that moment like when you had your name called out?
Well, I mean, it was crazy that the crowd went up. It was so surreal, man. We had I still got, every time We Are the Champions plays, I get this like free hit of dopamine because it just played out the whole song. It's like 6 minutes long or whatever it is, and just taking it all in, going on stage and seeing everyone chanting TBK. It was just so surreal. Like it was really vindicating for us because, like, I mean, over the past year, I've sort of questioned the effort and time that I'm putting into it because it doesn't make any money. I'm working a full-time job as well. Like both of us do, all of us do actually in the band. And it's just like struggling for time and got a missus, and and it really just made me think. Actually, what I'm doing is worth it, man. And I'm sticking. It's giving me a new lust for life, and like I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready to take on this opportunity.
Was it one of those moments where you heard your name go out and you just went, "Oh, well done to them"?
If I'm honest, no. I was just so fucking gassed. I nearly hit the floor, mate. Honestly, I was so buzzing. I mean, that's up for you, but yeah, I was.
Yeah, I mean, for me as well, we had the moment we won, it was just crazy. We were just absolutely elated to have won. But then we had a party at mine, and it got really emotional because we were all sat by the fire until 6 a.m. in the morning, and that, I feel like that really gave me as well like a spark of motivation to be like, oh yeah, we're here with a group of friends, enjoying the moments. And
it was very cheeky of Calvin, actually, very cheeky, because he planned a party for after the final. If we hadn't have won, that would have been the saddest party. We'd be sat there crying around a fire, drinking tap water, just like. Oh, man,
that's called confidence, my friend.
No, it's extreme. It's extreme confidence. I mean, fair play to him. He manifested it, or whatever that bullshit is. Yeah,
I mean, I'm German. I kind of have to, right?
Before we let you get out of here, though, you released a brand new single yesterday, I believe. I saw. I'd ask how it's been going, but I doubt you've been able to even get internet to check, have you?
Yeah, no, not been able to check it out. But personally, it's my favourite of the most recent releases. It's a song about my dog Tibbs that I lost a couple of years ago, and it's a song for all of the people who've lost a companion, lost a pet, and lost that being that's there for you no matter what. It's such a sad thing, man. It's so depressing to lose an animal like that, and it's just one for everyone who's lost a pet. And it's a bit slower. There's a nice metal bridge in it, but it's catchy and it means a lot to me. So I hope it means a lot to them guys.
That's amazing.
And yeah, the song really resonated with me as well because, I mean, just like Seb, I lost a pet as well when I was younger, and it was really refreshing because most songs are about losing, obviously, someone as a person.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really refreshing to hear a song about actually someone losing a pet, because I feel like that's something that a lot of people can resonate to, but not a lot of songs are about that, which is quite nice.
I was going to say, I do love the irony. We just had this discussion of a dissertation about Satanism in metal, and then you just release a song about losing a pet. Like, the contrast, it's fucking great.
This is the thing, man. Like, metalheads are just friendly. They're just the friendliest people. Come and say hi.
Absolutely.
Like,
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Honestly, thank you guys.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Thank you so much. Hope we see you down there. Yeah.
Alex, I play drums.
Jack, I scream and stuff.
Rob, bass player. Ollie everything else.
I love that you literally just went.
Yeah.
Oh, my name is.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to put people on the spot. It's great.
No, fair. That's fair. How's your personal Saturdays treating you?
Yeah, it's a good day. Today is a good day.
Is good.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah, it's been a good day overall, but yeah, we played like an hour and a half ago now. Well, finished playing about an hour and a half ago. Insane. Couldn't have asked for a better set.
Yeah?
So, yeah, we're very happy.
Good. How was it?
Insane.
Like through the roof, just absolutely.
You managed to wall of death, so that's good.
Yeah, we got a wall of death in the new
Oh, no
stage.
way. No.
Yeah, we had a few crew like stood on the stairs at the side of the stage filming it as well, and
amazing.
like it was we got off stage and was like, Jesus.
It's a beautiful moment when that happens, when it's either you get a wall of death, a crowd surfers, mosh pits, or people singing back to you.
Yeah, do you know what? We haven't had a crowd surfer yet. I think that's like the net. We've done we've done like mosh pits, we've done like hardcore pits, we've had circle pits, walls of death. We just haven't had any crowd surfers yet. I think that's the next one.
Everyone for the Frog and Fiddle, if you're listening to this right now, we need to make sure that happens.
We need crowd surfing.
Yeah. Yes, obviously representing Cheltenham. Love it.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely love it. It's all right to see. But for a Convey show compared to a Convey festival show, do you change the setup accordingly so people obviously aren't so aware of yourselves? Do you just drop all the bangers?
To be fair, today was very much. We did a gig in Birmingham was it last week? Yeah. Feels like ages ago.
It does feel like ages.
And that was, we played the same set list that we played today. There's the second to last song that we played called Say It Again. That's the second time we played that live. It was we kind of went, this is a great live song already. We know this is going to be a great live song. Let's get it ready. Let's just almost like hurry up the production of it. Let's just get it out. Let's get to play it. So we play pretty much the same set everywhere we go because we don't have that many songs yet. We're only a year in, we're still pretty new.
I just think that stored them and kept it in your back pocket just for like special occasions. So,
I mean, if you looked at the demo folder on my MacBook, there's a lot of songs.
So, as a podcast, we're ambassadors for Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
Yeah.
I assume you're all aware of Sophie and the Foundation from the nods. So, when we're talking to artists this weekend, we're trying to find out if basically you guys have ever been had stereotypes put upon you simply because the way you dress and music you listen to had those, bet he worships the devil, bet he's rough. Have you had these, not just in childhood, but even now today?
I think less so, more recent times, but
It's a lot more progressive now. Like people don't just like jump to like judge based on like tattoos, piercings, like poetry.
Yeah.
Music you listen to, like colouring your hair.
I think there's definitely more acceptance now than there was 5-10 years ago. I think I find.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was at uni and I still had long hair, I couldn't walk down the road without being offered drugs.
Huh.
Which was apparently the way I looked.
I used to get shouted at for wearing Converse.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was definitely just a lot of weird and wonderful stuff that used to happen, which I personally don't find it so much anymore. I don't know if it's the places that I don't go to anymore or what, but yeah, less so than ever before.
Good. That's all we like to hear. It's funny saying that about Converse. It's like they always pick on the weirdest thing.
I know.
It's like, I never understood it.
Yeah.
Probably because they couldn't think of anything else. They were just like,
Nice shoes.
Where'd you get them from? The shoe store?
Shoe shop.
Yes.
But obviously, when we were growing up and what happened to Sophie back in 2007, the world is now a very different place in 2024.
Oh yeah.
Do you think it's easier to grow up in this environment now, or still challenges out there?
Some aspects, yes. Other aspects, definitely not.
There's always going to be challenges out there.
Yeah.
But, like anyone growing up, like you're going to face judgment and like prejudice. But I think people are a lot more open-minded now, and for better or for worse, like with the with how popular the internet and TikTok and everything is now. I think like Sleep Token wouldn't be big now if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like there's so much out there now that
people are so much more aware of because of social media. You know, it's obviously it has its good and bad sides to it, but because of that, I feel like we are living in a more open-minded world, or especially in Europe. Without saying anything else.
I think the internet is the biggest difference because social media, as people have been saying this weekend, is like you can find your people, you can find your family on there, but also the arseholes can find you on there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's and I think definitely for this community, because like you were saying, Sleep Token, the amount of people dancing to that song on TikTok got them huge. It's crazy.
I remember I saw them supporting Architects a couple of years ago, and half the crowd were talking over them.
Really?
No one cared. And then
we saw them like a few months
it was literally 6 months later. It was just when they'd released, is it called The Conjuring? Whatever it's called. Summoning. That's close enough. They just released a Summoning, and we were checking every day, and their monthly listeners was going up by like hundreds of thousands every day.
Yeah, we had this
literally
gig booked as soon as it went on sale, and then like there was no low ticket warnings or anything, and then suddenly just like sold out. Like,
yeah,
whoa,
insane.
It was mental.
And you could not move in there. Like, I know it was sold out, but I feel like they definitely oversold that show.
We were stood by the door at the back. We were like, I ain't even going to try and go any further forward.
Yeah, man. My father-in-law had that. He went to a gig. It wasn't advertised as sold out either, and he literally got in there and was like, well, I guess I'm staying here.
Yeah.
You just can't move.
Yeah.
They're playing Sleep Token there right now.
I know, yeah, I was about to say on cue, the VIP tent over that way is playing Sleep Token.
That was very good timing.
Yeah.
But bringing it back to you guys, obviously you won Metal to the Masses Cheltenham. That's how you're here this weekend. Yep. What did that feel like to have your name called out? What was that moment like?
Mental. It was a bit surreal, but at the same time we worked really hard for that. I think it's been the goal since, the band literally started for the competition last year.
Oh wow.
So our first gig was the Heat last year, and we only started 6 weeks before that.
Was it one of those moments where your name got read out, you went, congratulations to those guys? Wait, hang on a minute.
Yeah, it was an element of that, I think.
Yeah, it took a couple of seconds to like register, they'd send convey, we're like, shit, man.
Us?
Yeah, we
were.
Us?
Us, really?
Yeah. So it's kind of been like, that's been the goal since we started, was like, we obviously Scorer won last year.
Yeah.
And they're amazing. And it was like, all year last year was like, right, next year we're going back. And we're just taking no prisoners. We are going all out. The whole, the set is designed about being really good for being live. Everything we do is all about that live environment. A convey show isn't just the band, it's about the crowd as well. So for those of us who saw us at Bloodstock today, we were trying to get the crowd involved as much as we can. We had circle pits, we had mosh pits, we had people throwing themselves around with the Wall of Death. We had a person in an inflatable Pikachu costume. Shout out to them if
fair play.
They're involved. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's obviously it's awesome that people are responding well to our shows and our music, and that's just cool enough. But coming to a convey show, you're part of it just as much as we are.
Yeah.
So
incredible.
Throw down, boys.
Yeah. And anyone who wants to be there, it's fine. When we played Birmingham last week, there was a girl at the back. It was at Subside, for anyone who knows Subside.
Yes.
On a Tuesday night. It was interesting. We had a good time, but it was interesting. There was a girl at the back for our set who was waiting for a bus.
Yeah, coach
So
back to Manchester.
she had a coach back to Manchester. She had an hour to kill, so she came into Subside. Loved our set, bought a t-shirt, grabbed one of the business cards we've got going around and a sticker. Followed us, loves us. But that was
fucking awesome.
It was
It's cool because for the most part, the crowd, the crowd was just
the other bands
doing this. But then I can see this girl way in the back that's just
next to a pink suitcase. It was just this is great. She was having a great time, and it's do you know what? That's why we're here for you.
That's incredible. But obviously, before we let you go, what's the future now for Convey? What have you got coming up?
Ooh. Releasing more music. We're partway through recording another single at the moment, and then we're planning on potentially doing an EP after that. So that's kind of keeping the ball rolling with the releases online. and then just gigs. We want to get on more gigs, whether they're support slots for slightly bigger bands, whether they're local headlining shows, whatever we can get. We just want to get on it. We were talking about seeing if we can find like a booking agent or something like that. So there's a couple that we've come across, and I think we're going to reach out to them and be like, "Hi, help, please."
We did this thing.
Yeah.
Can you take it seriously?
I feel like after Bloodstock, we can now be taken a little bit more seriously than we were before. Before we were a band that's been going for like about a year.
That's the thing. And I feel like that might have held us back before, but now it's like, oh wait. You've only been going that long, and you play.
And we play Bloodstock. Yeah. We're kind of hoping that kind of plays to our advantage now,
Absolutely.
and help us. We feel like this will open a few more doors, and doing interviews and stuff today, like to you guys, kind of help us reach a few more people than we would normally. So
absolutely. Everyone follow them, and booking agents, book them.
Thank
Job
you.
done.
Cheers.
Gents, thank you so much for taking time out today.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Hero.
My name is Jude.
My name's Jake. I'm Aaron.
And we are Acid Age.
This is insane, and I love the fact that you're back. And it's just, I don't know, it's blowing my mind a little bit, to be honest with you, the fact that we're here once again.
Yeah.
But at the start of the festival this time, not the end.
Isn't it amazing? You know, it means that I get to play, which we've done, and then drink. There's nothing. I can drink whatever I want now.
All we got to do last time was sip.
Yeah,
Sipping, you know, it's just like win to get the Sunday. It was like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You see, last time we were like, oh, we're playing on the Sunday, we need to behave. There's no behaviour this time that would be any way acceptable. It's going to be disgusting.
I know it's
deplorable.
the best way we like it. I can just see Opeth playing tomorrow night. You go, is that Jude up there? What's he fucking doing?
The one throwing his underwear at Mike Lagerfeld.
That'll be me.
Tom and Jamie, love you guys. Thank you so
We
much
love
for
you
having
too.
us
Thank you
again.
so much. No, it's
Amazing.
always a pleasure. And seriously though, how is your personal Thursday?
My goodness. Where do we start?
Can we describe it? Can we talk about it? Obviously, you near enough ended the festival last year, and now you've opened it this year, so...
Couldn't be closer together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, exactly.
We actually just played in front of the most amount of people that we've ever played in front of. And for a band like us to come from Northern Ireland to have the privilege of opening the Sophie Lancaster stage on Sylvia's Day, Pink for Set, Jake had pink bass strings on his bass.
Yeah, I saw them. They were awesome. Yes,
like,
nice.
DR Bass Strings needs to give him an endorsement for that, like, you know.
Yeah, come on.
But anyway,
Sort it out.
We're still waiting on our sticks too.
Why is the phone not ringing?
So yeah, it was absolutely exceptional. It was an amazing experience for us. Just as soon as we walked out, we just heard just the roar of the crowd.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That intro was quite special as well, wasn't it?
It was.
Them bringing us out.
Yeah, because obviously the master of ceremonies, it was Cy Keeler from Onslaught walked out and just started talking shit. And I've been listening to him from I was like 14. And now I have to walk on stage after him and be like, oh, hello, Cy Keeler from Onslaught. I'm doing An absolute legend. Bless him.
Yeah, you guys were awesome and came and checked some of your set out, which is absolutely wonderful to see. Everybody was loving it from where we were stood, like losing their shit.
They were. There was circle pits. It was just...
There was a circle pit the whole time. 40-minute circle pit.
No way, what, non-stop?
Like the toilet that won't stop flushing.
It was an absolute disaster.
Usually the best we've ever got is just, nah. No, it's not really happening, lad. So, the proper one was nice. The proper ongoing one.
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, compared to an Acid Age show, so I think I might have watched this last year, but it's still in there, so just run with it. Just roll with it, alright?
Spit it out.
Have you changed the set up accordingly at all? I think last year you said you were doing 200 and some riffs in 30 minutes?
No, I said 2,000 odd riffs.
2,000, so was it 5,000
well,
this time?
See, yeah, because we had 40 minutes this time, you know, so we managed to get in 10,000 riffs.
10,000 riffs.
War jazz. Yeah. It's psychedelic thrash metal for people who have no brains but a lot of heart.
Yeah. There was one thing that was missing from the set which we discussed last year. Penis nunchuck drumsticks.
Yeah, I dropped the ball on that. Dropped the ball.
Literally, drop the balls.
I dropped the ball.
See, to be fair, he actually contacted loads of sticks and was like, I'm going back to Bloodstock, and Tom and Jamie's going to be there, so I need to get... And they basically... You know what we got? We got an inbox in the band email, and it was just a picture of a middle finger.
I was like,
So it's not our fault.
Yeah. I can't do this interview. I can't look them in the eye and tell them that I haven't got their dick and balls. Their drum dicks. Their hard drum dicks. Next year.
I was about to say, it's always next
year. Three's a charm, we're a trio after all.
Three's a charm.
Exactly.
Dio States. Drum
Or
dicks.
EMP, or just
Or,
outside the parking lot, or whatever.
On the street.
So obviously we spoke to you guys last year about our work with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. So we know you already know about the foundation and what it's about. But what we're asking people this year is, does being part of this community, walking around with long hair, beards, tattoos, whatever it may be, does it affect you in your day-to-day life now? Where you get treated differently, maybe looked at differently, even if it's just at work, going to the doctors, going for a dentist checkup, I don't know, whatever it may be. Is this something that still affects now?
You know what? See, last week when we were getting ready and we were practicing, preparing for this, Aaron encountered these two muscle-bound buffoons who basically didn't... Just tell. What did they say?
Well, I was walking down off the train, and these two fucking guys are walking down, and they're like, "Alright, man, alright," and I went, "Oh, okay." I mean, yeah, get skateboarding, you dirty bastard. I was like, what? What? You know? I mean, that was funny, but still, like, weird.
So the moral of the story is, it doesn't matter if you're opening Bloodstock. To some people, you're always just going to be a scruffy grunger dickhead, you know? But guess what? We're all here together.
Yes, we are.
Camaraderie, there's brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever the fuck other hoods, up the hoods, right? Up the hoods. We're all here together with our hoods up.
We beat those two guys. We beat those two guys, no problem. Hundreds of us.
Also,
Yes, we're dirty bastards.
skateboarding's an Olympic sport, isn't it now?
It is.
So that's even weirder. Olympic bastard. Not going to represent Ireland, eh?
That's why he looks like Zeus.
We now need Acid Age opening the Olympics in Ireland. Forget about fucking Gojira. Let's get you guys
It
out
was
there.
class that Gojira did.
It was awesome. Yeah. But the other thing we're asking as well is, we spoke last year about you guys growing up and if you were treated differently. Obviously, back when we were growing up and what happened to Sophie, 2024 is a very different landscape in the world. Do you think it's easier now to grow up as part of this community, or still challenges out there?
It's getting easier, but I think there's more celebration, a difference, and variety. You know.
Yeah.
Diversity's more accepted now, and I think bullies are more frowned upon.
Yes.
At the same time, it's never going to be a walk in the park, is it? Like, no matter what you do, you can do work for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, and you can go out and help hundreds of thousands of kids get an activity, get off the streets, get away from drugs. You can help people, and yet you're always going to piss someone off, you know?
There's always going to be someone that envies another person's ability to show the inside on the outside, and you know, I think we're all like that.
Absolutely. But let's bring it back round to you guys. Early this year you released a live album, but what's the future looking like for you guys now?
Okay, we need to get into every toilet venue that will have us. See anywhere that is a shithole, we want to play there. I want to play your wedding, I want to play your kid's birthday, I want to just anywhere that'll have us, we will play. We've a new album coming out called Perilous Compulsion. It'll be out in March 2025, and once that's out, we're going to absolutely hit everywhere that'll have us. You know, there's just nothing's off limits. As long as you can fit 3 people on stage, we're ready to go.
Birthdays, Christmases, bar mitzvahs,
you name it.
Book them in.
My nan's funeral.
I'll play your nan's funeral, no problem. Get Jennifer Batten back on the show, because I love that interview. We'll open up for Jennifer Batten. Any project that Jennifer Batten has, you know.
I would now really want to see Acid Age supporting a Michael Jackson tribute, and
hey, that would be class. That'd be wicked. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Oh, boys, yet again, this has been so much fun.
Hold
Thank
on.
you so
See
much.
before we go.
Oh shit! Oh
Hold
god,
this.
what's coming?
Hold this.
Oh.
If you've never been to Bloodstock before, there's a thing called Bloodstock Nectar.
This sounds
Bloodstock
terrifying.
Nectar is all the cider from last year's festival put in a fucking Bowser, and I'm gonna make Tom and Jamie have a swing.
Oh god.
You still drink, don't you?
No, they're pioneers.
Oh, dude. I don't even fucking like cider.
Go, go, go.
Get down here. Come on.
Get down here.
Get the whole thing.
I
was going to fucking say it.
Greedy bastard.
You want me to drink it for you? I'll take it.
Come on, boys. Yes. Chronicles of Podcast 2024. Thank you so much.
Oh, Jude.
Wasn't it vile?
Boys.
Wasn't it vile, yeah. It tastes like salty milk and old coins.
Get ready for it.
I'm sorry. Take a sip. It's lovely.
I'm never
It's
going to
tropical.
taste anything ever again.
You're really building this up for me.
Sorry.
Notes of coins, notes of brass.
Oh, that's got all kinds of flavours in it. No.
It's like
Hang on,
vinegary.
lads. Let's do hugs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We love you
Thank you so much, guys.
You guys are the best.
Oh.
Really appreciate it.
Let's get in.
So I actually love watching Chronicles of Podcast when I'm in the bath having girly me time with scented candles. So check it out.
Here we all are.
Absolute legend.
Oh, look at this.
Hey.
There's the bar.
Hey guys, thank you.
How are you? How's things? How's your personal Friday treating you?
It's the only point of confusion is that it feels like a Saturday. But besides that, it's great.
Why does it feel like Saturday?
We got in yesterday,
Yeah.
and normally we'll get in on a Friday, play Saturday.
Oh, okay, I see.
But yeah, why not expand the weekend?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always a beautiful moment when you think the weekend's already started and it hasn't yet. So it's an absolutely beautiful moment. Excited for later to play?
Very much, very much. It's our third time at Bloodstock, and we feel obliged to lay waste to the festival, and that's what we're
Nice.
going to do.
Yeah. There's gonna be nothing left by the time you're done. Everyone else be like, "Where's the stage gone?" It's gonna.
Yeah, exactly. There's some rubble over here. Yeah, it used to be the main stage.
This is,
I was going to say, it's only at metal festivals you're like, I love this place, I'm going to destroy it.
Yes, exactly. That is the natural sort of way of thinking for metal. I love this. Let's make it into atoms.
and the rest of you will play on these atoms, and you will destroy these atoms and make it nothing.
Exactly.
It's going to be in a massive black void. No one's going to know what's going on. We'll be floating through time and space.
Oh, that's a beautiful dream, man.
Yes. Now, obviously, you guys have been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, set list wise, you must struggle massively to decide what you're going to play.
Yeah.
Festival wise, like, do you have like a certain set list, or do you just change it up every time you come back?
We change it up from day to day, basically, because
Okay.
it's we have a big selection, and we try to make it fit the mood of whatever we're trying to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people seeing a lot of Enslaved shows, so we do take that into consideration also, that we, of course we're egotistical maniacs being, performers, musicians, but we do also try to calculate in like what will be good for people to watch, at this point of the Enslaved career. Today at Bloodstock we're going to present a lot of the new stuff, so it's
Amazing.
centered around that. But then you got to sneak in some of the old stuff too,
Yes.
Yeah. How much are you going to do in 45, 60 minutes? Let's find out.
Yeah. And are we going to keep everybody happy, or?
So, us as a podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you
Yeah,
aware
wonderful.
of Sophie and the Story?
Yes, absolutely.
Incredible. So what we're doing, we're talking to bands this weekend to find out if this still affects your life today, being part of this community. Have you had this now as an adult where you're treated differently, even if it's just funny looks, just in your day-to-day life, or if you should be going to the doctors, the dentist, going to work, whatever it may be?
I think it's quite different for us in Norway, to be honest. We get a lot, I guess you could say, too much for free being a Norwegian metal band. We even have this narrative that the Norwegians invented black metal kind of thing, you know. So if you're Norwegian, it's great, you know. We know differently. When we started up in 1991, 92, all the bands, we were influenced by a bunch of bands. There he is. Influenced by a bunch of bands that were already going, you know, the Eastern European bands, the Greek scene, and all that. So we know, we know the story, but in Norway, we're very early on. It was a lot of resistance in a sense. Nowadays, they're all very proud, you know. So being a metal guy in Norway now, actually, when I moved into my where I live, I got to know that they checked with the police, and they were so relieved to find out I wasn't a biker. You're just a Satanist. That's how bad it is.
That's insane.
Fantastic. You're a Satanist. Welcome.
As long as you're not revving engines late at night.
Oh, you don't have a bow. Lovely. You're not a biker.
That's fucking brilliant.
So I feel for my brothers and sisters in other countries where they can't get approval for rehearsal room support or being, you know, looked down upon in their daily life, having trouble getting work, all that stuff. You know?
Yeah.
In Norway, it's pretty much, if you don't have a face tattoo, you can get any job. If you have a face tattoo, you might have to wait 2 days more.
I suppose my next question was going to be, because obviously when we were growing up and when what happened to Sophie, 2024 is a very different world. So I was going to say, do you think it's easier to grow up being a part of this alternative community now? Or still, is there that work to do you reckon?
I think it's really hard. I feel bad for the next generation because of the social media thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is just sort of moving that bullying and that horrible sort of freezing people out and all that, just moved it into digital territory.
Yeah, especially right, because you're saying like it's a lot more accepted in Norway, but if these kids are going online, there's people who aren't from Norway online, so you're still going to get open to that abuse. Yeah, I completely.
Yeah, but it's exactly. It's the same. I'm jokingly exaggerating, but for young people, you know, for a bit older people like us, you know, we know where we are and all that. And I think metal and it's good that it's being remembered, that you guys are still working with that.
Yeah.
Because it can still happen, you know, all the time. There's this sadistical side to the human nature that needs to be influenced, you know, needs to be, tell people, make them remember that it's very easy to get off trail there, because it causes people to be excited, feel important. These bullies and say this, they're being sort of, they have a problem in their own life, obviously. You don't become a bully or a fucking fascist just because you're having such a good time. There's something wrong to begin with, right?
Yes.
And that needs to be confronted. And the way you do that, I think, is dialogue, always. I still believe in that. You know, we had the same in the black metal scene in the mid-90s with all these right-wing bang popping up. So the solution wasn't to go there and punch each other with bats in the face. It was talking and being, you know, okay, there's a problematic element in the world of black metal, yes, but that doesn't make us disband or leave black metal behind. It just says, like, this is not what it's about.
You're so right. So many different problems, not just what we're talking about today, can be solved to just opening a line of dialogue and just talking.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is. Bringing it back to you guys, though. You are going on a Latin American world tour. That doesn't make any sense. A Latin American tour. A Latin American tour in November. How excited are you for this tour?
Very, very excited. We've been there once before on a proper tour. We've been there a couple of times for festivals. Back to '95 was the first time we went there, and it's it's good for us Europeans also to be reminded that there's a big world outside, man.
Yes, absolutely.
We're not that much better than the Americans for this, egocentrical worldview. You know, it's good to be there.
Incredible. Thank you so much for taking the time out and chatting to us today. It means the absolute
Thanks, guys.
world.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate
Ivar.
it.
Really have a lovely rest of your day, and then good luck later.
Now I'll lie down on the grass.
Yeah, yes.
Wonderful. Go. See you guys.
Take care.
Cheers.
Fella. Thank you very much.